Hello everybody, it's Rabbi Lister here with another evening story. This one is about Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. He was a very great rabbi who lived about 2,000 years ago in the time of the Second Temple. He was also a very poor man, and it would upset him when he would see people from his hometown taking gifts to the temple in Jerusalem, and he knew that because he was so poor, he would find it very difficult to bring a gift of his own. One day he was out walking and he saw a beautiful stone by the side of the road. It was a very large stone, much too large for him to lift, but he decided that he would make it as beautiful as he could, and then he would try to find some way to transport it to the temple in Jerusalem as a gift. So he sculpted the stone with cutting instruments and he polished it till it was a beautiful shape and all its natural colours shone through in a magnificent way. Then he tried to hire workers to help him take it to the temple in Jerusalem so he could present it as a gift to be built into the walls of the temple. However, the workers whom he asked to take it said that it would cost 100 gold coins to take it to Jerusalem because it was a long way and the stone was very large and very heavy. Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa was very sad. He said, I couldn't possibly afford to pay you that sum of money, and I don't want to promise you a sum that I can't pay. And the workers all went away. Then all of a sudden, 5 people came along and said, we can take it for you. We'll only charge you 5 saloim, 5 coins. And that was a small sum of money which Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa had with him. So he said to them, that's great. When will we be able to take it? They said, we can take it right now, but we need you to help us. Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa said, I'm not a strong man. What help can I give to you? You're 5 big men. And they said, no, you put your hand on the stone and push it as hard as you can. So Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa reached out and put his hand on the stone to help to carry it all the way to Jerusalem. And all of a sudden, a miracle happened and he found himself in Jerusalem with the stone right by the temple. And the 5 men who helped him had all disappeared. And he still had the money in his pocket. So he went over to the people in the Sanhedrin, the highest rabbinical court in the land that sat next to the temple. And he said to them what had happened and asked them whether they would take the gift. And they said, we will gladly take such a beautiful gift from a great man such as you. And then he said to them, what should I do with the 5 coins that I promised to those men? And they said to him, they weren't men, they were angels from God. He saw how much you wanted to bring a gift to his temple, and he sent you the angels so that they would help you do this amazing mitzvah. The money is now yours, you can do with it whatever you like. Well, Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa felt that he had promised to give the money away, so he didn't keep it for himself, and he donated it to the temple as well. This story teaches us an amazing lesson. Sometimes a mitzvah can seem much too hard for us to do. And if that's the case, Hashem only asks us to do what we can. And even if we think what we can do is very, very little, because we may feel very, very weak, Hashem says, never mind, just do as much as you can, and I will help you make that mitzvah beautiful and complete. Thank you for listening. Stay safe.